Okay, we'll start. This protective chantings. We'll listen to this carefully, faithfully, and then you can take 5 steps. And this all this Sunday program is about fulfilling your merits, performing meritorious actions, fulfilling merits, which is congenial, which is conducive for your meditation, for your well-being. So that is the idea of this Sunday Dhamma program. So even listening to this particular chanting with faith, progressing in this right faith is also a very powerful meritorious action. So you just listen to this, and then you can take 5 precepts of Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Iti piso bhagavarahang samma sambuddho vidya charana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisadamma sarati satta deva manusanam buddho bhagavati. Namo tassa samma sambuddhassa. Ye cha buddha atita cha ye cha buddha anagata pachupanna cha ye buddha aham vandami sabpada. Natti me saranang anyang buddho me saranang varang yetena saccavajjena hotu no jaya mangalam uttamangena vandehang dhamma padapansu ruttamang buddheyo kalito doso buddho kamatu tang mama buddhang yava nibbana pariyantang saranang gacchami. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sanditiko akaliko ehipasiko vapanayako pachatang veditavvo vinnohiti. Namo tassaniyanika sadammasa. Echa dhamma atita cha echa dhamma anagata pachupanna cha e dhamma aham vandami sabbada. Natti me saranang anyang dhammo me saranang varang yetena saccavajjena hotu no jaya mangalam uttamangena vandeham dhammam chati viduttamam. Dhammeyo kalito doso dhammo kamatu tang mama dhammang yava nibbana pariyantang saranang gacchami. Supatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho samichi patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Yadidam chattari purisa yugani atta purisa puggala esa bhagavato savaka sangho. Ahuneyo pahuneyo dakkineyo anjali karaniyo anuttarang punyaketang lokasati. Namo Namo tassa atta arya puggala mahasangasa. Echa sangha atita cha echa sangha anagata pachupanna cha e sangha aham vandami sabpada. Natti me saranang anyan sangho me saranang varang yetena saccavajjena hotu no jaya mangalam uttamangena vandeham sangham chati viduttamam. Sangheyo kalito doso sangho kamatu tang mama sangham yava nibbana pariyantang saranang gacchami. Evam buddhang sarantanang dhammang sangham cha bhikkhavo bhayang vacham vitattam balo mahanso nahessati ganasarapadittena dipena tamadansina tilokadipang sambuddhang pujayami tamonudam gandha sambara yuttena dupena hang sugandhina pujaye pujaniyantang puja bhajanam uttamam vannagandha gunopetang yetang kusuma santati pujayami munindassa siripada saroruhe pujayami buddhang kusumena nena punyena mettena chahotu mokkang kuppang milayati yata idam me kayo tatayati vinasabhavang nirodhassamapatitto utitva nisinassaviya bhagavato arahato सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा इमिना दीपेन धूपेन पुष्पेन पूजेमि 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 इमं दीपधूपपुष्पपूजादिना मस्तकलशम्बुदान पचेकबुद्धानां अग्गसावकानां महासावकानां अरहन्तानां प्रकटिशीलम् अहं पिते संगनुवर्तको होमि इमानि पुष्पाणि वन्नेनपि सुवर्णं गन्धेनपि सुगन्धं संतानेनापि सुसंतानं किप्पमेवादुर्गन्धं दुर्गन्धं दुःसन्तानं पापुनिष्ठति एवमेवा सब्बे संकार अनिच्च सब्बे संकार दुःख सब्बे धम्मा अनत्ताति इमाय धम्मानुधम्म पटिपत्या बुद्धं पूजेमि इमाय धम्मानुधम्म पटिपत्या धम्मं पूजेमि इमाय धम्मानुधम्म पटिपत्या संगं पूजेमि वन्दामि चेति यं सब्बं सब्बतानि सुपतिष्ठिता शारीरिक धातु महाबोधि बुद्धरूपं सकलं सदा नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा करणीयमत्त कुशलेन अयं तं संतं पदं अभिसमच्चा सक्को उजूचा सुजूचा सुवचो च समुदु अनतिमानि सन्तुष्टको च सुबरो च अपकिच्चो च तल्लहुकवृत्ति सन्तीन्द्रियो च निपको च अपगब्बो कुलेषु अननुगिद्धो रचकुद्धं समाचरे किञ्चेन विन्यो परे उपवदेयं सुखिनो वा केमिनो हन्तु सब्बे सत्ता भवन्तु सुखितट्टा एके क्षिपाणभूतत्ति तथा वा तावराव अनवशेष दीघा वा ये महन्ता वा मज्जिमारस्सकानुकतुला दिट्टा वा ये वा दिट्टा ये च दूरे वसन्ति अविदूरे भूता वा सम्भवेशी वा सब्बे सत्ता भवन्तु सुखितट्टा न परोपरं निकुब्बेतान्याति मन्मे तकट्टचिनं कञ्चि व्यारोसनापटिकसंज्ञानन्यमन्यस्य दुःखनिचय्य माता यतानियं पुत्रंगायुषा एकपुत्रमनुरक्ष्य एवंपि सब्बभूतेषु मानसं भावये अपरिमाणम् मेत्तं च सब्बलोकस्मिन् मानसं भावये अपरिमाणम् उद्दङ्गदोच तिर्यं च असंवादं अवेरङ्गसपट्टं चित्तं च रङ्निसिंहो वासयानो वा यावतस्य विगतमिद्धो एतं सतिङ्गदिट्टेया ब्रह्ममेतं विहरन् इदमाहुः दिट्टिञ्चानुपगम्य शीलवादस्तनेन सम्पन्नो कामेषु विनयागेदं न विजातु गब्बशयं पुनरेतीति दुःखापता च निर्दुःखा भयापता च निर्भया शोकापता च निःशोका हन्तु सब्बे विपाणिनो एतेन सच्चवज्जेन शोकिनो होतु सर्वदा एतेन सच्चवज्जेन होतु नो जयमङ्गलम् एतेन सच्चवज्जेन पातु नो रतनत्रयम् नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा एवं मे सुतं एकं समयं भगवान् सावधियं विहरति जेतवने अनाथपिण्डिकस्य आरामे अथ को अन्यतरा देवता अभिकन्ताय रत्या अभिकन्तमन्ना केवलकप्पं जेतवनं गोभासेत्वा तेन भगवा तेनुपसङ्क्रमी उपसङ्क्रमित्वा भगवन्तं अभिवादयित्वा एकमन्तं अट्टासि एकमन्तं किटाकोटा देवता भगवन्तं गाताय अद्यवासि बहुदेवा मनुष्या च मङ्गलानि अचिन्तयो आकङ्कमानसत्तानां गुहि मङ्गलमुत्तमम् असेवना च बालानां पण्डितानां च सेवना पूजा च पूजनीयानां एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् पटिरूपदेशवासो च बुद्धे च कटपुण्यता अर्थसम्मापणीदी च एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् बहु सत्यं च सिद्धं च विनयो च सुशिक्षितो सुभाषिता च या वाचा एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् माता पितु पट्टानं पुत्रदारस्य संगहो अनाकुला च कम्मन्ता एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् दानं च धम्मचर्या च नाटकानं च संगहो अनवज्जानि कम्मानि एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् आरति विरति पापा मज्जपाना च संयमो अपमादो च दम्मेषु एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् गारवो च निवातो च सन्तुटी च कटन्युता कालेन धम्मसवनं एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् कन्ति च सोवचस्सता समनानं च दर्शनं कालेन धम्मसाकच्चा एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् तपो च ब्रह्मचर्या च आर्यसच्चानदर्शनं निब्बाणसच्चिकिर्या च एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमम् उत्तरसलोकदम्मेहि चित्तं यस्सा न कंपति अशोकं विरजं केमं एतं मङ्गलमुत्तमं एतादृशानि कत्वाना सब्बतङ्गपराजिता सब्बत्र सत्तिं गच्छन्ति तं ते सन्मङ्गलमुत्तमन्ति एतेन सच्चवज्जेन सोपिनो होतु सब्बदा एतेन सच्चवज्जेन होतु नो जय मङ्गलम् एतेन सच्चवज्जेन पातु नो रतनत्रयम् नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा यानि दभूतानि समागतानि बुम्मानि वायानि व अन्तलिक्ये सब्बेव भूता सुमना भवन्तु अतोऽपि सक्तच्च सुनन्तु भासितं तस्मा हि भूतानि समेत सब्बे मत्तं करोतु मानुषीयापजाय दिवाचरत्तो च हरन्ति एव लिं तस्मा हि नेरक्षत अपमत्ता यं किञ्चिदित्तं यदवाहुरं वा सज्ञेषु वायं रतनं पणीतं ननो समं अत्ति तथागतेन इदंपि बुद्धे रतनं पणीतं येतेन सच्चेन सुवत्ति होतो कयं विरागम् अमतं पणीतं यदज्जगा सत्यमुनि समाहितो न तेन दम्मेन समत्ति किञ्चिदंपि दम्मे रतनं पणीतं येतेन सच्चेन सुवत्ति होतो यं बुद्धषट्टो परिवर्णयि शुचिं समाधिमानन्तरिकन्यमाहु समाधिनाथेन समो न विद्यति इदं मे रत्नं पणीतं येतेन सच्चेन सुवत्ति होतु हे पुग्गला अट्टशतंपसत्ता चत्तारि एतानि युगानि हुन्ति ते दक्षिणय्या सुगतस्य सावका एते सुदिन्नानि महप्फलानि इदंपि संगे रत्नं पणीतं एतेन सच्चेन सुवत्ति होतु हे सुप्पयुक्ता मनसादलेन निक्कामिनो गोतमसासनं हि ते पत्तिपत्ता अमतं विगाया लद्दा मुदानि भूतिङ्गुञ्जमाना इदंपि संगे रतनं पणीतं येतेन सच्चेन सुवत्ति होतु यतीन्द्रकीलो पटविंसितोऽसि या चतुर्विवाते असम्पकं प्रियो ततूपमं सत्पुरुषं वदामि यो अर्यसच्चानि अगच्छ पश्यति इदंपि संगे रतनं पणीतं येतेन सच्चेन सुवत्ति होतु हे हरिय सच्चानि विभावयन्ति गंभीरपन्नेन सुदेशितानि किंचापि ते वन्ति भूसप्पमत्ता न ते भवङ्गट्टमङ्गादियन्ति इदंपि संगे रतनं पणीतं येतेन सच्चेन सुवत्ति होतु सहावत्सदस्सन संपदाया तयस्तु धम्मा जहिता भवन्ति सक्काय दिट्टि विचिकित्सितं च सीलब्बतं वापि अदत्ति किंचि चतुहपाये च विप्पमुत्तो चचावितानानि अबब्बखातुम् इदंपि संगे रतनं पणीतं येतेन सच्चेन सुवत्ति होतु किंचापि शोकं करोति पापकं कायेन वाचा उदचेतसा वा अबब्बसो तस्य पठिच्छदाया अबब्बता दिट्टपदस्य उत्ता इदंपि संगे रतनं पणीतं येतेन सच्चेन सुवत्ति होतु वनप्पगुम्बे तपुसितज्ञे गिम्हानमासे पटमस्मि गिम्हे ततूपमं धम्मवरं अदेशयि निब्बाणगामिं परमं हिताय इदंपि बुद्धे रतनं पणीतं येतेन सच्चेन सुवत्ति होतु वरो वरण्यो वरदो वराहरो अनुत्तरो धम्मवरं अदेशयि इदंपि बुद्धे रतनं पणीतं येतेन सच्चेन सुवत्ति होतु क्षीणं पुराणं नौनत्ति संभवं विरक्तचित्ता यतिके भवस्मिं ते क्षीणबीजा विरुल्लिच्छन्दा निब्बन्ति धीरा यतयं प्रदीपो इदंपि संगे रतनं पणीतं येतेन सच्चेन सुवत्ति होतु यानि भूतानि समागतानि बुम्मानि वायानि वान्तलिक्ये तथागतं देव मनुष्यपूजितं बुद्धं नमस्साम सुवत्ति होतु यानि भूतानि समागतानि बुम्मानि वायानि वान्तलिक्ये तथागतं देव मनुष्यपूजितं धम्मं नमस्साम सुवत्ति होतु यानि भूतानि समागतानि बुम्मानि वायानि वान्तलिक्ये तथागतं देव मनुष्यपूजितं संगं नमस्साम सुवत्ति होतु एतेन सच्चवज्जेन सोतिनो होतु सब्बदा एतेन सच्चवज्जेन होतु नो जय मङ्गलम् एतेन सच्चवज्जेन पातु नो रतनत्रयम् नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा उदेतयं चक्षुमयेकराजा हरिस्सवन्नं पटविप्पभासं तं तं नमस्सामि हरिस्सवन्नं पटविप्पभासं तयज्जगुत्ता विहरे मुदीवसन् ये ब्राह्मणा वेदगु सब्बधम्मे ते मे नमो ते च मं पालयन्तु नमस्तु बुद्धानां नमस्तु बोधिया नमो विमुक्तानां नमो विमुक्तिया एवं स्वपरितं कत्वा मोरो चरति येषणम् अपेतयं चक्कुमयेकराजा हरिस्सवन्नं पटविप्रभासं तं तं नमस्सामि हरिस्सवन्नं पटविप्रभासं तयज्जगुत्ता विहरे मुरत्तिं ये ब्राह्मणा वेदगु सब्बदम्मे ते मे नमो ते च मं पालयन्तु नमस्तु बुद्धानां नमस्तु बोधिया नमो विमुक्तानां नमो विमुक्तिया एवं स्वपरितं कत्वा मोरो वासमकप्पयिति एतेन सच्चवज्जेन सोतिनो होतु सर्वदा एतेन सच्चवज्जेन होतु नो जयमङ्गलम् एतेन सच्चवज्जेन पातु नो रथनत्तयन् नमो तस्स भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्सा वन्दे तनङ्करं बुद्धं वन्दे मेदङ्करं मुनिं शरणङ्करं मुनिं वन्दे दीपङ्करं जिनान्नमे वन्दे कोण्डान्यसत्तारं वन्दे मङ्गलनायकं वन्दे सुमानसम्बुद्धं वन्दे नारदनायकं वन्दे शोभितनायकं वन्दे शोभितसम्बुद्धं हनुमदस्सिंह मुनिन्नमे वन्दे पदुमसम्बुद्धं वन्दे नारदनायकं पदमुत्तरं मुनिं वन्दे वन्दे सुमेधनायकं वन्दे सुजातसम्बुद्धं प्रियदस्सिंह मुनिं नमे अत्तदस्सिंह मुनिं वन्दे धम्मदस्सिंह दिनान्नमे वन्दे सिद्धार्थसत्तारं वन्दे तिस्सा महामुनिं वन्दे पुस्सा महावीरं वन्दे विपस्सिनायकं सिकिं महामुनिं वन्दे वन्दे वत्सगुनायकं ककुसन्दं मुनिं वन्दे वन्दे कोनगमनायकं कස්සपं सुगतं वन्दे वन्दे गौतमनायकं अट्टवीसति मे बुद्धा निब्बानमदायका नमामि शिरसा नित्यं ते मं रक्षन्तु सर्वदा एतेन सच्चवज्जेन सोतिनो होतु सर्वदा एतेन सच्चवज्जेन होतु नो जयमङ्गलम् एतेन सच्चवज्जेन पातु नो रथनत्तयन् सब्बितियो विभज्यन्तु सब्बरोगो विनश्यतु मामे भवत्वन्तरायो सुखी दीर्घायुको भवतु सब्बमङ्गलं रक्षन्तु सब्बदेवता सब्बबुद्धानुभावेन सब्बधम्मानुभावेन सब्बसङ्घानुभावेन सदा स्वस्ति भवन्तु ते इमिना पुण्याकम्येना मामे बालसमागमो सतं समागमो होतु यावनिब्बानपत्या इदं मे पुण्याकमं आसवक्तयं वहं होतु सब्बदुःखापमुच्यतु निब्बानसम्पत्सयो होतु साधु सुखी होन्तु मंगल हो okay now you take Sisarna and Panchashila, and before that you can take this Kamayachanas. Just repeat after me. Okasa, all of you can take. One of you can mute, and all of you can take. Keep your backbone straight. कमर गर्दन अच्छा से रखो, सीधा से रखो. Be relaxed, आराम से बैठो. Keep a smile, pleasant feeling in the mind, peaceful pleasantness in the mind, pleasant smile in the face. हंसी खुशी चेहरा से मुस्कुरा के बैठो. Wish yourself, let me be like this, happy, healthy and peaceful. अपना आप को महत्ता दो. हम इसी प्रकार सुख शांति आरोग्य से रहे, शांति से रहे. The same way, all my family members, near and dear ones, loved ones, all the known people, unknown people, all these meditators, my teacher, may all of them also be happy and well, healthy and peaceful. मेरा परिवार के सभी लोग, प्यारे लोग, जान पहचान लोग, रिश्तेदार, दोस्त लोग, यहाँ के सभी ज्ञानी लोग, हमारा गुरु जी, सभी अनजान लोग भी, सबका अच्छा हो, सबका भला हो, सबका मंगल हो, सबका स्वस्ति मुक्ति हो, सभी अच्छा से रहे, सबका कल्याण हो. The same way, all the humans, all the animals, all other living beings, whether they're visible or invisible, so many invisible beings, including divine beings, departed beings, relatives, all beings, all humans, all animals also be happy and well, healthy and peaceful. सारे प्राणी, सारे जीवी, सारे मनुष्य, सारे जीवी जो दृश्य हो अदृश्य हो, सभी जीवी, सभी प्राणी, सभी मनुष्य, सबका अच्छा हो, सबका भला हो, सबका मंगल हो, सबका स्वस्ति मुक्ति हो, सबका कल्याण हो, सभी अच्छा से रहे, सभी कुशल से रहे, सबका मंगल हो. Again, you see yourself sitting peacefully in meditation, with mind full of loving kindness. You wish yourself, let me be like this, happy, healthy, and peaceful. Let me be always with this mind full of loving kindness. Let me be happy and well, healthy and peaceful. और एक बार अपने आप को देखो, मन पूरा मेहता से भरा है. हम इसी प्रकार हमेशा सुख शांति आरोग्य से रहे, चिंता और दुख से मुक्त रहे, हमेशा मेहता मन से रहे, उनको अच्छा हो, भला हो, मंगल हो, हमारा कल्याण हो. That way, wholeheartedly, you wish for yourself, you bless yourself. भवतु सर्वमंगलं रक्षन्तु सर्वदेवता सर्वबुद्धानुभावेन सर्वधर्मानुभावेन सर्वसंगानुभावेन सदा स्वस्ति भवन्तु ते सुखी भवन्तु. Slowly open your eyes. Okay, now you practice this Punyanumodana, share the merits with the departed relatives. And you just repeat after me. When I say start pouring the water, then you can start pouring the water. One of you can unmute and say loudly, and others, those who are requested, you can spotlight them also. And others, we will see some Dhamma Savana and Dhamma Desana, two more meritorious actions. So always this, the teachings of righteousness, what is right, what is wrong, what is meritorious, what is demeritorious, what is beneficial, what is not beneficial. These ideas, these thoughts, these teachings, this wisdom, it should always bombard you, bombard the mind again and again, repeatedly. That repetition misses, then there is always prone to fall into off track, fall into wrong association, wrong thinking, wrong actions, and thereby you invite a lot of problems, worry, suffering. That's why this repeated training of the mind is very, very important. So today's Dhamma is also something like this only. Many times we don't understand the power of repetition because it is so slow. So we can't understand how this potential is building up, how it is piling up, and how it becomes a very powerful good action, very powerful meritorious action, very powerful, say, potential that will invite, that will absorb the right results. Just like when you sow one mango seed, after 1 hour, if you go and see, then you don't see that mango plant sapling. It is not growing. Again, after 2 hours, you go and see. Again, you don't find that small difference of its growth. Again, after 3 hours, don't see. Even after 1 day also, if you go and see, you may not find much difference. Your mind is not even capable enough to see the growth in that plant sapling. And maybe sometimes even after 1 week also, you may not see that plant is growing, but it is growing. Maybe very small amounts, bit by bit, part by part. Then maybe after some 2 months or 3 months, you can see some growth, very little growth. Then you may think that, oh, how come in this so many days also it has not grown much, whether it gives fruit or not. Then after 1 year, 2 years also, it keeps on growing, but there is no any symptom of the plant giving any flower or fruit. After 3-4 years, it may start giving flowers, but all the flowers may fall down. The fruits, small fruits also may fall down. After 5-6 years, even a few flowers may fall down. Some fruits may start growing, and you may start getting some fruits. And after some 6-7 years, then it will be full bloom and full of full flower, full fruits also. So all this potential, it has to accumulate days after days, years after years. Then only you will start getting the right results. But during this process, you have to keep on nurturing the plant. You should keep on feeding the plant with water, with nutrients. You have to remove the weeds or any other. You should protect it from some fencing and all, so that you can protect it from some grazing animals. That way, all that care, all that nurturing, you should keep on practicing. You should keep doing. Then only after some time, after the maturity, when it reaches the potential, then you start getting the results. The same thing with your meditation practice also. Once, so some lay people, some devotees, they started asking the importance of mind cultivation. So what is the use of development of the mind? Then Buddha gives so many similes like this, just like I have given the simile of these plants. The same way Buddha talks about the hen, like sitting on the eggs and hatching. So many hours it has to sit on the eggs and it has to hatch the eggs to get the chicken, to get the small babies, the chicken. So there it requires patience, it requires perseverance, endurance for the hen to hatch the eggs by sitting on the, it has to give the proper temperature for those eggs. Then automatically the results are expected. The eggs will hatch and you will get the chicken, the small young chicken. So in the same way, there is something called procurement time. You have to procure, you have to just like say, that processing and procurement, it requires some time. The same way to develop the mind also, some processing, some procurement is must. Overnight, you can't expect the results. Oh, my defilements, oh, my greed, hatred, and delusion, it has not reduced. I meditated today 1 hour. After that 1 hour, again, the same problems, the same worries, the same ignorance, the same delusion, the same indecisiveness, same fears, the same attachments, the same addictive mind, the same attached mind, the same hateful mind I have. What is this? Whether it is working or not. Just like this, a person who has grown some sapling, whether it is growing or not, after 1 hour, he won't see any growth. And he will feel, if he feels that, oh, whether this plant is growing or not, he is a fool. His duty is to nurture the plant. 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 year, 2 years. With all protection, with all care, with all nutrients, with all water, with all other congenial factors. His duty is to nurture, give up, nurture. In the same way, during meditation also, during practice of the meritorious actions also, your duty is to build this potential, should pile up this potential of merits, potential of meditation also. Here in this sutta, it is completely about practicing, regular practice, even 1 second of being aware of the present breath, present sensation, the present sound, the present light, the present, where the mind is free from these defiled thoughts, distracting thoughts, even 1 second, if it happens in 1 hour or even in 1 week, that is good enough. You can feel that you are progressing. And it should pile up. With repetitiveness, it will pile up. 1 or 2 days, if you practice and you just give a break for 1 week, then again you have to start from the scratch, again from zero. Again, you will experience that disappointment. Again, I practiced for 2 days, 3 days, 1 week, 15 days, no progress in my mental peace or my mind control, or mental freedom, or mind decisiveness, mind clarity. There is no progress in my mind culture, the development of the mind. In that way, if you think, then you are as foolish as a person who is expecting the fruits from the mango sapling which is sown today and expecting the fruits tomorrow or next week or after 15 days. No, it's not like that. The potential should build up. The purity should accumulate. It should build up. For everything, that building up is important. creating that threshold. And especially for mind development, that is very, very crucial. Nothing will happen automatically, instantly. Everything should be achieved through practice, through persistence, through step-by-step training of the mind. That's what Buddha is insisting here. Just like one ocean, you will not experience steep precipice, a steep fall in the depth of the ocean. So slowly, the depth of the ocean will increase. So in the same way, it requires thorough training, step-by-step training, methodical training. Then only you can achieve the mental peace, the mind control, the mind purity, the development of the mind, culturing of the mind is possible. Of course, as all of you know, this is the prime thing in our path, this right view path, culturing the mind. Of course, for all Buddhas, that is the prime thing. All other things are insignificant. All other worldly nonsense is insignificant. It's only culturing the mind, cultivating the mind is the whole and soul, the core of all the teachings of all Buddhas. And that's what is right view training. Right view is the core of the teachings of all Buddhas. So if you want to progress in right view or right view meditations or right view mind development, this kind of understanding, comprehension that it requires consistency, it requires repetitiveness is crucial. If the hen sits on the eggs for 1 minute and if there is no change in the eggs and if it decides no need to sit on the eggs and hatch, there is no use. In that way, if the hen concludes, then it can't hatch the eggs. Then it won't get the babies, the chicken, the small young chicken, it won't get. So here there is an understanding in the mind of the hen that it requires some momentum, some threshold. Even the chicken have that kind of understanding, but a meditator definitely should have that understanding. Then only automatically that consistency comes, that commitment comes, that patience, that regularity comes. So this is one point to exert your complete liking, complete enthusiasm, complete effort in practicing. And again, there is one more skillfulness that you should discover, especially in this meditation, right view meditations and right view mind development. And that is deriving, even if it is 1 second or 2 seconds, some true happiness in stilling the mind, in being in the present moment. How superior that happiness, that you should find out. That will be an incentive for your mind to continue to maintain that consistency in the practice. So that's why both patience, committed patience, enthusiastic, willful patience, which leads to regularity is one thing, one aspect. The second aspect is the skillfulness. Willfulness is one thing and the skillfulness is the next thing. Skillfully, sensitive mind, you should know the true happiness when the mind settles in the present breath or in the present meditation object, in the present moment. If the mind settles, how significantly mind becomes free from all the distracting thoughts and how significantly mind enjoys that happiness of freedom, happiness of stillness, happiness of purity, even if it is just 1 moment or 1 second. If the mind can note that difference, the mind is being uncontrolled, being wandering, being restless, the pressure in that, the burden of that, the restlessness, the suffering in that, the oppression in that, and also the mind, how it becomes free, it becomes light, it becomes fresh, it becomes so peaceful when it is in the present breaths or the present meditation object, how much it gets freedom. If that clarity mindfully the mind can find out, skillfully the mind can find out, then that becomes an incentive. Then for the repetitive practice, you don't hesitate. With all enthusiasm, with all interest, you don't say you involve in the regular meditation practice. So in that way, Buddha is giving so many other examples. Like he is giving one more example. Like one carpenter or one carpenter's apprentice, a person who is learning this carpentry work is an apprentice. A carpenter or a carpenter's apprentice. So, so they have to use some tools. So some of those tools, they have these handles made of some wood. Though the tool is maybe made up of iron, but the handle is made up of the wood. Day by day, moment to each and every minute when he is handling it, there will be some kind of wear and tear in that handle. One day, 2 days, he may not observe it. But after 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years, he can observe that wear and tear in that wooden handle. And it may break down also. Then he has to change it. And he should be ready for it. So today, that there is no wear and tear of this. Tomorrow, there is no wear and tear in this handle. So it will not wear, it will not tear. It will be permanent like this. In that way, if he thinks, then he is not ready for keeping his tools ready. He is not ready to keep the tools intact and work in a good condition. He can't keep. So he has that idea that everything will wear off, will tear off. I should keep the substitute. I should prepare the things accordingly after some time. If that idea is there, then he can keep all his tools perfect and they can be used at any time. With all the accessories, he should keep them ready. For that matter, everything, all objects, all things, even your house, your vehicles, everything will go. Any damn thing. Wear and tear is a must. Even the human body also, there is wear and tear. You should be ready for the old age by preparing your mind. Because at one fine day, you have to give up this weary body, this torn body, this body will fall down. So then you should be ready to give up this body. And when the mind is ready, how to let go this body and how to accept the new body or even the emancipation, Nibbana, then it is easy to give up this. Then you don't feel shocked when this body is given up. When the body is just fall off. You will not be shocked. You will not be bewildered. You will not be disappointed. You will not cry. So in the same way, everything, actually this change happens, this wear and tear happens. For good things also, everything should pile up. So to fill say big jar of water, even though if you are getting drop by drop water, so in one day or one week or in 1 month, definitely it should fill. There is continuous flow of this water, even if it is drop by drop. So even your savings, even if it is 1 rupee or 2 rupees, even small amount, keep on saving. One fine day it will become a big amount. Your punya, each and every day, if you perform bit by bit punya, one fine day it will become filled up or a full potential punya, full merit it becomes, and you will start getting the fruits of your merits, piled up merits. In the same way, meditation also, you should pile up all your factors of enlightenment, factors of mind purification. So what are the factors of mind purification that Buddha talks about? He talks about 37 factors of mindfulness. First is Satipatthana, Chattaro Satipatthana is crucial thing. That's what you are learning in this, all these our community course meditations. Kayanupassana, Vedananupassana, Chittanupassana, Dhammanupassana, all these different sound meditation, mind-body coordination, all kinds of this sense awareness meditations. They're all right meditations, rooted in this right mindfulness, Satipatthana. So one should practice this regularly. Vedananupassana, Chittanupassana, Dhammanupassana, thought meditation, sensation meditation, sound meditation, uh, like even your light meditation, breath meditation, everything you should become thorough by regular practice, and you should just get established on that. Chattaro Sammapadana, like when to control the mind, when to how to handle the departments that you practice in your thought meditation. And sometimes the good thoughts also you have to develop, like your metta meditation. Sometimes just observing will do. Sometimes you have to consciously practice the good thoughts, like your Brahmavihara meditations, metta meditations, and it should pile up. That's what is the, like say, Buddha's emphasis here. All the 37 factors of enlightenment, 4 satipatthanas, 4 samappadanas, like the mind control, controlling the negative thoughts and avoiding them, developing the good thoughts and cultivating them. Chattaro Iddhipada, 4 steps of success, Chanda, Virya, Chitta, Vimamsa, that also you should cultivate in your work, in your actions, in your meditations, regularly. That's why regularity is important. If you are once in a blue moon, if you appear and if you listen some Dhamma talk, and if you think that you have learned everything, in no way it will help you. Rather, it may develop some ego also. I know everything. If you don't put all this knowledge into practice, then there is more danger than benefit many a times. That is what is emphasized here in this Bhavana Sutta, development of mind. Then again he says, for everything, about this wear and tear, he gives so many other examples. In the ship, even the ships, the huge ships also, day by day, in the winters, if you don't travel, also there will be wear and tear. If you don't travel also, so part by part, it may become weak, even in the huge ships also. And it may collapse one fine day. That is the nature of either to fall down, either to decline, or to develop even the purity of the mind. That piling up is required. Even to corrupt the mind, if you don't work on the mind, just allow the mind as it is, then day by day the corruptions will start, and one fine day the corruptions in the mind will lead to corruptions in your actions and the speech, and you invite more and more wrong consequences, wrong results, wrong repercussions, the negative, painful repercussions. If you don't understand how the mind is working, and if you are negligent of your mind, you don't cultivate the mind, you don't remove the mental defilements bit by bit, then out of that unmindfulness, carelessness, you will invite day by day, step by step. If the days pass on, then more accumulation of these negativities, and it will start expressing its negativity in the speech and in the physical actions also. Then you will start getting the repercussions, the negative results, like suffering, like indulging in the immoral practices, both physically, verbally. Then you will start getting, if again they pile up, then you will start getting a lot of punishment from the society, from the world also. So in that way, being aware of the mind, practicing regularly with all these different 37 factors, I just mentioned a few. The same way, there are so many other Patta Sambodjanga, Chanda, Virya, Chitta, Vimamsa, these 4 Iddhipadas, Sati, Dhamma, Vichya, Virya, Piti, Pasaddi, Samadhi, Upekka, they are Satta Sambodjangas. They're all you can achieve if you regularly practice the meditation. Because in the regular meditation practice, this right to meditation practice, all these 37 factors of enlightenment, you will keep on working, you keep on using them, keep on developing them. So in that way, that regularity is insisted for development of mind, and even for accumulating of your merits, that regularity is very much recommended. Okay, so that is what is given here in this sutta. So there is one more thing that I just thought of, a small story about one housewife and one maid, one housemaid, housewife and housemaid. Her name, that housewife's name was Vedehika, and housemaid is Kali. Her name was Kali. Both are very intelligent. And this Vedehika, the housewife, she was very popular among her peers and in her town. That she is very gentle lady, very calm and composed lady. So, and of course, this Kali is also very fond of this lady and very respectful to this lady also. And she is very skillful, very methodical in her services to her lady, her boss, this housewife, this housemaid Kali. She is very good in her household work. Methodically, she used to do her work. And because of that, housewife also very compassionate, very considerate to this housewife, this maid servant. And that pair was very popular in that entire city or in the town. And this maid, she developed some doubt about her true progress in this mind control, mind development. This Kali developed some doubt. Let me test my boss, my owner, whether she is truly developing in her patience, in her loving kindness. That way, she is very intelligent also. So once she woke up little late in the morning, then this boss, she came, this Vedehika came to her, and why are you so lazy? Why did you wake up late? Simply like this, there is no specific reason. I just woke up late, that's all. That way she told. And she became angry, this Vedehika. She was never angry, but now she became angry. She could not control her anger. And she started shouting at her. Then after some time, okay, let go. Again, she became busy in her work, and this housemaid became busy in her work. And the next day also, she woke up little more late. And again, this Vedehika, she became much more furious. So this continued for some 4 or 5 days. And every time she was waking up more later in the morning. And she became completely uncontrolled, this Vedehika. And she took one, this rolling pin, and she just stroked the head of this lady, this Kali. And blood also started oozing out, coming out from the head of this Kali. And she started shouting, and everybody came to know that the true nature of this lady, this Vedehika. And again, of course, this Kali she trained her, not only when there is some benefit from the maid, even otherwise also, you better cultivate your mind, not for the sake of people. So if you are cultivating or showing or pretending as if you are very controlled, your anger is very less, then it will not definitely help you to derive true happiness for yourself. You should be truly happy means then in your actions, in your speech also, it should be expressed. Because it is not the other service that should make you happy, that should make you compassionate. It is for your own sake. You should learn how to be compassionate. You should learn how to be loving for everyone. Then only these ups and downs with the people around you, whether he is a maid servant, whether he is the boss, whether his wife or husband or children, or employers or employees or friends or teachers, or anybody, fellow meditators, relatives, colleagues, neighbors, whoever it may be, you should understand you are practicing all these things for your peace, your happiness, your mind stability, whatever may be the ups and downs, the vicissitudes around you. Some people may serve you very well today. The next day they may not serve you. Then if you lose your temper, if you lose your balance, then you are not progressing in your mind development. To handle people, sometimes you have to be equanimous. With equanimity, if you can give the correct instructions, then that is fine. But if you lose your temper, if you lose your patience, if you lose your, like say, equanimity, and simply shout, and then again become more furious in this, like in this case of this Vedehika and Kali, completely lose your temperament and start beating others. It becomes so furious. And whatever you have practiced, you have pretended that you have practiced, that you are so calm, so, like say, peaceful, so compassionate. It's only because that you are deriving some benefits from them. Because of that, you should not build your mind. For your own sake, you should build your mind. For your own peace, for your own stability, for your own mental strength, for your own inner happiness, you should build your mind. Whatever may be the external circumstances, that is the best way of developing the mind. That way, Kali could teach her master, her madam, her boss, Vedehika, with this daring step, even though she knew that she will be beaten by her, because this Vedehika is not truly practicing this patience and compassion and loving kindness. But still, out of, again, her compassion to her boss, she could teach her boss, her mistress. And of course, both of them, they could progress then well in this mind development, both this Kali and Vedehika. In that way, the second point here in this story, why I told this story, so not for the sake of some material benefits. Material benefits, sometimes you may have to pretend, okay, you pretend, you show compassion and loving kindness and all, it's fine. But deep inside, be clear that this loving kindness, this compassion that I am cultivating, it is good for me. The external circumstances, it may change at any moment. That is one point. Second point, so the true development happens without bothering about the external circumstances. Then automatically I can influence far better on the people around me. If I'm truly developing this from the core of my heart for my own mental peace and harmony, if I'm developing these virtues, then definitely I can influence the other people also more effectively. That idea also you should have. In addition to your true welfare, true benefit, it will truly benefit others. If it is superficial, if it is hypocritical, it will harm you also. It will harm the other people around you also. It will not truly benefit them. Truly, it will not influence them. That way, the point here in the second aspect of this Dhamma talk is like for your peace or your inner joy or your inner purity, you should be serious about developing these qualities, developing this right mindfulness, the kindness, Brahma Viharas, right Itipadas, for my own mental purity, mind development. That should be your core objective. All other things will fall in place. Influencing others, getting the best from others, everything will be taken care of if you have this true, genuine aspiration to develop your mind. That is about the importance of this developing the mind, which is the core of all teachings of Buddhas, all Buddhas. That is what is the right view. Mind-centeredness, working on the true mental peace, mind purity, that is your aspiration. Then everything will fall in place. Then all this regularity, repeatedness, so automatically you can practice regularly, repeatedly, consistently, because you are deriving the peace here and now, and you are sure that peace and joy will received in the future also, and all other things, mental strength, influencing others, uh, being comfortable with everyone, all these things automatically they fall in place. All those benefits also you start getting. So that is about today's Dhamma talk, Bhavana Sutta, and this example of this Kali and Vedehika. Okay, if you have some big questions, you can ask, and then we will conclude. No questions. Okay, we'll conclude. भवतु सर्वमंगलं रक्षन्तु सर्वदेवता सर्वबुद्धानुभावे सर्वधम्मानुभावे सर्वसंगानुभावे सदा सुखी भवन्तु ते सुखी भवेयं निदुःखो अहं निच्चा अहं विया पिता च मे सुखी हन्तु मा जता चतवेरिनो इमां हि गम्मन्ते धम्मो सत्ता हन्तु सुखी सदा ततो परञ्चारज्येषु चक्रवालेषु जन्तुनो सा सुखी हन्तु मंगल हो. May all of you be happy, healthy and peaceful. May all beings also be happy, healthy and peaceful. Sukhi Hoontu.